Hello everyone, welcome Onesies here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because last video you did enjoy it. Thanks for all the subs, likes and all that stuff. Appreciate all of you guys coming and watching my video. Alright. And yeah, single type cup is in Go Battle League right now. Alright. This cup is so sick because you can only use a single type. Alright. That means if you're fighting, you can only use fighting type. You can't use fighting and grass type. No dual type. Alright. No dual. Alright. Only single type. So let's have a look at PV Poke first before we go into the battles. As you can see already, I'm using Castform Sunny version, Shadow Gramble, and I'm using a normal Mach. Okay, all these Pokemons are awesome. The reason for that, because all these are single type as well as it hits really hard. Because of all the fighting types in the meta, there is a lot of fairy type in the games. All right, so a lot of people been bringing Registeel to double fairy, or they either bring in Registeel double fighting. So what I did with my team here, I'm going with Sunny Form, Cast Form, Sunny version, and Gramble, quite OP. It's a Shadow version as well as normal Muck. It's not Shadow. If you got a Shadow version, it's even better. I don't have a Shadow version, so therefore I'm going with the normal one. All right. So let's go and have a look at this PV Poke, how this table looks like for the single type cup in Go Battle League. All right, Machamp's obviously number one, Shadow version. Vigoroth is number two. Vigoroth is doing a lot of work there, but key losses is to Ninetales. What does Ninetales learn? It learns Ember. So Sunny Castform got Ember as a fast move, so that works out really good against all these Pokemon as well. As you can see here, Machoke Shadow version is quite OP as well. What moveset are they using? Yeah, they're using Karate Chop, Cross Chop. It's a legacy version as well as Dynamic Punch as well. So I would just go for Cross Chop and Dynamic Punch. Karate Chop also OP as well. But having Cross Chop is a legacy one. You need to use the Elite TM for it. Alright. So these are the top 10 things. Dragonair comes up top 10 as well. Falcon. What does Falcon beat? Falcon beats Dragonair, Umbreon, Ninetales, Registeel, Vigoroth, but it loses against Hypno. Hypno is another culprit because Hypno is everywhere in Go Battle League right now. In order to beat a Hypno, you need a Dark type or a Ghost type. It will be easier to beat them. Yeah. So also I've seen a lot of Meganium. So Sunny Castform does a really good job against this. But my team got Dark Pulse and Crunch as a move to get rid of these Hypnos coming into the battle against you. So you guys will see what's going on. All right. As you can see, all the other ones, mostly in PV Poke, loves fighting type because that's all you can see on the top. It's all like red fighting type, fighting type. But Haxorus does a really good job so because of counter move and breaking swipe. Ever since the breaking swipe was available, Haxorus has gone above rank, no problem whatsoever. All right, so let's go into the gameplay and see how we do. I didn't speed this gameplay up too much because I want you guys to see how I am tapping. As you can see here, I'm tapping normally and I'm trying to sneak in some moves because these are like early levels, and yeah, there's a lot of people don't know the alignment or how to throw the thing. So I sneaked in another one. So as you can see, Umbreon is quite tanky. It's a really good Pokemon to use against your opponent. So here comes the Dustclops. Dustclops is quite nice as well because Dustclops learns two moves. One's Ghost type, Fire type, and an Ice type move. So there's a lot of coverage there. But the only problem is your Dustclops can lose against a Dog type easily or a Shadow Claw user. Alright, so I brought in my Gramble, tried to get rid of this Dustclops, but it just used a huge, I can't pronounce that move, but it's just destroyed me, man. Seriously. So I'm just waiting for the clock. I mean, they're waiting for the clock. I got a solar beam ready. They don't know that I'm gonna throw a solar beam. I just throw the solar beam for the lols and get more attack damage as well. So anyway, Umbreon straight away throwing, so I don't mind that. I need to be worried about this Cofagrigus at the back as well. Cofagrigus at the back is quite not too good for my team, but it's alright if they don't shield, right? My poison jab's adding up. This is why you need a shadow version on this mark, because shadow version on this mark, it will destroy Cofagrigus with that Dark Pulse, alright? So Dark Pulse is super effective against a Ghost type. So you guys should know how to throw, when to throw it, because it is what it is. All right, so I brought in my, what's this thing called, Sunny Castform, so they quit the game because they know they won't be able to get to another move. So going into the next game here, so this time I get a all right lead. So I keep throwing my Ember. So they usually do this to get one of my Pokemons in. So I'm not gonna swap around. I'm gonna keep throwing Ember. I'm sure I can take a Dark Pulse, but this time they thrown a Shadow Ball, so that wasn't good for me. So I did chunk this Cofagrigus because it's annoying to have a tanky Cofagrigus against my team, because it takes so long to defeat this, seriously. And this Cofagrigus learns a lot of moves. Dark Pulse and Shadow Ball, those moves are hard hitting moves. It's annoying. So I'll come across a normal mark, Shadow version, and this is why Shadow version is OP, because all that poison jabs adding up, man, is adding up. It's extra damage. They throw a Thunder Punch. If I'm a ground type, and the Thunder Punch wouldn't do any damage, but because I'm a fire type, it is neutral, so it will do the neutral damage. All right, so what I mean by super effective damage, that means it will hit twice as hard. All right, if it's a neutral, that means it's the equal damage, like just the normal damage. If it's not effective, that means it's half of the damage. See that one? That Dark Pulse against a dark attack against a fairy type, it doesn't make that much damage because it's resistant. That is why it's not making much damage. But my poison jab, whereas fairy type is weak to poison Pokemon, so that is how I'm getting thing. I managed to farm this Clefable down with my Ember. This Sunny Castform's doing a really good job right here, and this lived with 1 HP. I'm like, wow, I thought it's gonna be GG's. I thought they nearly had a move, but somehow they overtapped. Oh, this time I'm coming against a Shadow Mewtwo. Shadow Mewtwo is running Psycho Cut, I think, but the problem is they're just not throwing yet because they want me to throw. I'm not going to throw in this matchup because I'm just going to shield and farm it all the way down. If I have to shield twice, I'll shield twice here. because more energy. I want this Shadow Mewtwo to be out. Then I want to see what's at the back. Oh, here we go. This is a huge, humongous tank called Wobbuffet. It's a psychic type Pokemon and it can tank anything you want. Alright, so what I did here, I brought in my Gramble because Charm will do a lot of damage with this Shadow version. It's a neutral against this uh Coffee sorry, not Coffee Wobbuffet, due to it's a normal psychic type, right? If it's a dog type, it will be double effective, all right, super effective. So Coffee come in and is trying. I chunked it down as well, so I've got enough energy on this. So I'm gonna throw it on the alignment on the right time, I believe. Then I get a shield of them, so I got another one available. So I'm gonna have to throw this one in order to do more damage and throw it. Then I swap into my Muck. Somehow they are really confused. See, this is a poison type against a psychic type. So Muck is weak to psychic type. The reason for that, poison type is super effective. Not psychic is super effective against a poison type, but this mirror coat is a bad move for Wobbuffet. If Wobbuffet got better move, is even better. All right, so I end up throwing Thunder Punch after Thunder Punch because I can't throw any Dark. I can throw Dark Pulse because it's super effective. I know for sure they're gonna shield. I don't have the time to keep going throwing, so I just went for Thunder Punch because it's just because my Gramble done a really good job taking it down earlier. So now against a Vigoroth lead, this is just sub neutral lead. I have to be aware of the Bulldoze because Quiet type is weak to Bulldoze. Bulldoze is a ground type move. So I'm throwing my Weather Ball. This is a neutral damage. Vigoroth can take it anytime, but I'm gonna farm to the next one. So they throw it. They threw it on CMP, so I can I can choose to shield and throw my move, or just go down and they get more energy. Do you know what I mean? So soon as I see the Machamp, I quickly brought in my Gramble Shadow version. It chunks it down because fighting is weak to this fairy type. So I took a lot of health of Machamp. So that's a good news. As well as I chunked this Clefable as well. So I'll bring my what's this thing called? Muck to poison jab it down, but then got a medium mash ready. So now I have to throw this. I don't have any shield available. I'm gonna throw this neutral move against this Machamp because it's shadow. Can't They already know I can poison jab them down, so that's why they did not shield. So they throw a cross chop and it's GG's. They still have 2 shield. So going into the next game, this time my fire type, it was against a steel type, so they quickly switch into their Gramble. So then I switch into my poison type and I just poison jump it down all the way down. So I'm just waiting for them to come back. It's so boring. They bring their steel type against my poison type, so they can throw a Dark Pulse, I believe. I don't know if they can learn Dark Pulse. Maybe they can learn Dark Pulse. I should have just went Thunder Punch anyway, because Thunder Punch is more damage towards the less energy as well as more damage towards them as well. But Dark Pulse hits hard as well. So they learn foul play and close combat on this Berserker, which is a steel type. And it learns fast move was Shadow Claw. So anyway, they threw their... So now they bring the Surf Edge, which is a fighting type. As soon as they bring Surf Edge, it's GG's because I bring my fairy type to get it down. So they know there's no chance, so they quit the game. This lead is quite good because I want to see the Hypno in the beginning, because I don't want Hypno to see my Muck at the end, because uh Muck is weak to Hypno, right? So they throw a Shadow Ball, no problem. So I'm farming all the way to more than 2 Weather Ball, Fire type Weather Balls. So I throw my first one, they shield that one. I go for the second one. I know for sure they're gonna shield this as well. Or no, I don't think they will shield this one. No, they're not gonna shield this one. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go down with 2 shields available. So they got a lot of energy available here. So my aim is to come down and shield and farm down. But guess what? They swapped into Clefable. So this is a good matchup for me because my poison jab's adding up. So I'm gonna shield. I believe I'll shield and farm all the way down, and I will get enough. I don't want to shield this one. Fair enough. So I'm gonna farm all the way down. I still got 2 shields available for Gramble, I believe. Then I'll throw my Thunder Punch. But the thing is, throwing my Thunder Punch is no problem. But Hypno's aside, confusion went through. That's why I died. So this Shadow Ball comes in. I can shield, farm it down. Let's see what's coming in. It's another fairy type Gramble. I need to make sure that their charm went down. If this doesn't knock out, it's GG's. Let's see what happens. Boom. That taking the Gramble down with that crunch. That's why Shadow Gramble is so glossy, man. So glossy that you can just throw a crunch. Not super effective, not even like it's a resisted move, will take your Shadow Gramble down even with half a health as well, because it's so glassy. Anyway guys, this is the team I made. So many different varieties of moves in this team. That is why I picked this team. If you want to use the Muck, make sure you have a Shadow Muck. It will be even easier. And if you want to use anything other than Cast Form, I would advise you guys to use Ninetales, Kanto Ninetales with Ember, but you need to elite TM that fast move for that, because that also learns Ember. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do enjoy these kind of content, please don't forget to drop a like, support me, and it's free as well as please don't forget to drop a subscription because it's also free. Just down the bottom, hit the red button. All right guys, thanks for joining the team, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. Zeus out.